What's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Horton from MakeMyChoice.com. Here to give you a little tutorial on how to use MakeMyChoice.com. Basically, Make My Choice is what we call a social feedback network. It allows you to write in and basically kind of ask the advice of members who have signed up. You pose a question and then present some options that people can choose from. You can also sign up and give advice to people. You can go in and read their questions and then kind of based on the choices they give you and the information they give you, you can help them make a decision. So let me show you how to get started here. You come to MakeMyChoice.com, go and sign up if you're not a new member. Here are the terms and conditions that you can read through. Check those out. Make sure everything's cool. Once you've read through those, you can click on I accept, go through, come up with a new username. I am coming up with something really clever here, like new user and a password. From that, I'm going to put in a little information. Put in John, last name H for Horton. Then we're going to put in our email address, mychoice.com. Pick a country, United States. I'll put in my zip code, date of birth, whatever you want it to be. I'm really old here. So then I'll put in I'm male. I am single, ladies, in case you're interested. Um, cultural heritage. This basically is to help with parameters you can set. Basically, if you want to ask folks from other countries specifically questions, or if you want to ask people with kids questions, or like my hobby is music. If you want to ask someone who's into music a question, uh, profession, entrepreneur. Hope that's the right spelling. And basically, this way you can ask, like I said, all the entrepreneurs a question, anyone who's into music a question, all the Americans, or however you want to break it up, and you can have certain focus groups, and you can create groups based around these parameters that maybe you want to ask certain questions to. After that, we go to submit. Then, so let's come up with a choice. Let's see here, a real basic choice. What is the best, say the best type of restaurant? Wait, first date. So I have a date next week, and I'm trying to decide on which type of restaurant to go to. Okay, so let's present three different options. This way we can help to kind of form a consensus, because if you just leave it open-ended, you may get 100 different answers for 100 different things, so all you're stuck with there is 100 different restaurant options, which you had to start with. By giving three different choices, you can help consolidate everyone's opinions into kind of a targeted area that'll help you make a better choice. Um, I'm going to remain anonymous here. You can, if I leave yes, it's okay, then people will see that me, Jonathan Horton, or John H., am making I'm asking the question. If I remain anonymous, it'll say anonymous user. The date's next week, so let's say it's next Friday, so we need to decide by next Friday. And by making sure this box is still clicked, I will find out, I'll be notified when people respond. So from there I continue. Now, how am I going to what is the method I'm going to provide answer options in. Um, you know, I'm going to do this in writing by text. I'm going to type in my answers. I'm going to say Japanese. I'm going to say Mexican. I'm going to say Italian. Um, in a different format, I could, if with a different question, I could put in images if I wanted to decide which outfit looked better. I could put in pictures of myself wearing different outfits. If I was trying to decide on a song, or if I was trying to decide which song I sounded better singing, I could record it and upload the MP3s and kind of poll everyone that way. Say, hey, which song do I sound better singing? And they could listen. Or if I was doing something like trying to design a resume for myself, I could upload documents. People could look at it and be like, you know, I think this resume looks better. So you have different formats here for your answer options. As I said, I'm doing a restaurant, so I'm just going to stick with text. So I'm going to continue. Answer option number 1, what did I say? I said Japanese. Then let's say Mexican. And let's say Italian. So here are my answer options that I'm going to let people pick from. So I'm adding those. Now here on this part, as I mentioned before, you can request feedback from everyone who signed up for the whole service, which is everybody, or you can kind of specifically ask certain people. Now I am going to request targeted feedback. And I don't want to ask the guys. I just want to ask the women here. And I don't really care if they're single or in a relationship or married or whatever. I just want general female advice as to what is the best type of restaurant to go to on a first date. So from there, I hit continue. And it shows me that currently there are 77 women signed up. So if I hit submit, request, I am going to send that out to everybody, all the women, which I'm doing. Here's what the question will look like to other users, to the women I'm asking, what's the best type of restaurant for a first date? Here's the info. Here we go. And then you can see if you go back to the home page that, let's see here. You can see that I posted this question, and people should start responding pretty soon. And guys, give it a try. It really is a lot of fun, and it's also kind of fun to give people feedback on their choices. I'll create another tutorial showing you how to do that. But in the meantime, sign up and give it a spin. It's kind of fun to get feedback from folks that aren't just telling you what you want to hear, because they don't even know who you are. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys.